We are here now with Andrew Massey, and he is from the Broyhill Civic Center. Thank you so much for being with us today.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Now, for any of our viewers who have never been down to the Broyhill Civic Center, can you tell us a little bit about what it is to begin with?
Yeah, it's actually owned by the community college out there, Caldwell Community College, or excuse me, CCC and TI. It is an 1,000-seat auditorium. They have 7 meeting spaces for birthdays, bar mitzvahs, quinceañeras, whatever you want to do, we can book it for you. We also have a performing arts season that we have. It's called the Showcase of Stars, and that runs from September to usually May is our last show.
Okay. Very exciting. Now we have an event in particular that we want to talk about
we
today,
sure
coming up on May 3rd. May 3rd is the day of the show today. We have lots of things coming up on May 3rd.
May 3rd, we're going to have Kathy Mattea. She was a Grammy winner. I think she's won 2 Grammys. One of them was for 18 Wheels and a Dozen Roses, and that came out, I think, in the late 80s, early 90s. And she's got a new album out. It's called Home, I think. It's West Virginia coal mining songs, and so she's doing a lot of folk songs. She'll be there with a full band, so it'll be a really, really great show.
Great. Fantastic. Yeah. Now, talk with us a little bit about y'all's lineup. How often do you have shows and any other big shows coming up?
Typically during the season we have 1 show a month.
Okay.
So between September and May, like I said, we have 1 show each month. We do some things during the summer. Usually we work hand in hand with the Western Piedmont Symphony. They're doing a patriotic show July 1st, and we usually have something big planned in October with them as well. So.
Right. Very exciting. Now, how do you find these people? For example, the May 3rd show. How do you set things like this up?
Well, Jeff, we have a committee that meets and talks about things. Our director, Jeff, who wishes he could be here, but he couldn't make it today, they meet. He goes through YouTube websites, booking agents, and finds whatever he can that he thinks will draw in a crowd for our demographic in Caldwell County and in Catawba County. And we just try to do the best we can with what we got, and a lot of times it works pretty well.
Great. So how many people are we expecting for this show? Is it going to be a sellout?
We're going to go ahead and say it's going to sell out.
Okay.
No, but it's always good to be optimistic. Right now, I think we're at half capacity, so we've got plenty of seats left, and we welcome anybody to come buy a ticket.
Absolutely. Now, what kind of performance is this going to be? Are people going to leave feeling happy, sad, confused?
The whole range of human emotions will be experienced. I think there's definitely some coal mining songs. It's a depressed sort of thing,
right?
But I think it speaks volumes about the human experience. It's really, really, it's interesting too. A lot of the stories that go along with it, the heritage of it. So I think you'll definitely feel educated as well as enlightened, and so hopefully that makes people happy.
Absolutely. Sounds great.
Yeah.
Now talk with us a little bit about tickets. How do people actually end up there on May 3rd?
There are 2 different ways you can get tickets. You can either call our box office at 828-726-2407, and you can speak to Martha. She's a very sweet lady, and she'll be more than happy to help you walk through the ticket process. Or you can go to www.broyhillcenter.com, and you can take the steps there if you're an online person and want to purchase them that way.
Sounds very cool. Now, what is it that you do at the Broyhill Civic Center?
I'm an administrative assistant, which is sort of slang for jack of all trades. I get in where I can fit in. I do a little bit of everything, from helping with the box office duties to helping with the calendar to helping out a little bit of payroll to babysitting the facility when there's events going on. To doing this, I do a little bit of everything.
Fantastic. Now, where is the Broyhill Civic Center located?
It's right off of 321. If you're heading down towards Hickory, North Carolina, I believe that's going, is it south or is that north? That's south.
We can say it's south.
We'll say it's south.
We'll say that.
If you're going that way, it is right off of 321, like I said, across from the educational building in Caldwell County, or in Lenoir, excuse me.
All right. Sounds great. So it sounds like it's pretty easy to find.
It's easy to find. If you can find 321, you can find the Civic Center.
All right, sounds great. Now, do you guys have a website?
We do. I mentioned it earlier when you asked about the tickets. It's www.broyhillcenter.com.
Okay. Now, does that have a complete list of all of your upcoming events and all that good stuff?
Well, this is our last event for the season, so you'll have to wait until I think maybe June or July to see what's next season.
Got some suspense going on.
Some suspense. We like to build the tension.
Yeah.
So we have that. There also is information about our catering group. We have an in-house auxiliary catering group that meets there and does all their work there, and we're really proud of that. That goes well. A lot of community events are held there, so great food.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Now, if someone is interested in booking an event at the Civic Center, how do they go about doing that?
We have another really great lady named Cheryl Bolt, who is our program manager, and you can call her. I don't remember her phone number off the top of my head, but you could call her, and she'll set you up with a contract. She'll show you the room, or if I'm there and she's busy, I'll show you the room, and we'll get you your event going. So.
Right. It sounds like you guys have a lot of different parties that go on.
Yeah, it's a lot. And so, and depending on the time of year, usually fall and spring is our busiest time of year. It's hopping. So.
Definitely. Now, how early in advance do people need to book?
To book a room? To get everything squared away, your setup, which is how we're going to set up tables and chairs, what you need. We have some strange requests sometimes, but we try to go with everything, you know. I would say a month or two would be great. Just to give everybody a heads up, you know, we can handle that. Depends on how extravagant the event as well. So how much time we need.
Great. Well, it sounds like a very fun place to work.
I love it.
Fantastic. Well, remind us one more time the details about May 3rd.
May 3rd, Kathy Mattea is going to be playing there. It's going to be at 7:30. Tickets are $24, and you can purchase them either online at www.broyhillcenter.com or by phone at 828-726-2407.
If it's not a sellout, any tickets available at the door? Or do
you can do walk-ups if it doesn't sell out. More than happy to accommodate that.
All right, but we're hoping for a sellout.
Oh, we're hoping for a sellout.
All right. Sounds like a good plan. Well, thank you so much for coming in to talk with us today.
Thank you for having me. It was great.
Of course. And we will be back right after these messages with more of the Mountain Television Network.